what's happening? It's your dude, the merciless Reese L. Black. Welcome back to the booth. Hope you guys are enjoying your day, because honestly, to tell you the truth, I actually got a little something on my mind that I want to discuss with you guys today. In the event, as you guys are watching, I invite you to subscribe, like the video, share the bullshit. Now let's get down to business. I wanted to go ahead and talk about a sector of women that actually like men, women that actually like brothers, women that actually want to be in committed relationships, women that actually want other women to succeed in relationships. And in this space, they label these women as Pygmies. They actually have a label for women that love men, want to be with men, want to marry men, hell, will even ride for men, especially brothers. Pygmies. When the fuck does this happen? Only in the black community this shit would take place. We actually have other women out there that throw out the label of toxic masculinity and all that other dumb shit, and then they throw shade at the women who defend, I don't even want to just say masculine men, who just defend men in period, who are down for the men, who are there for the men who are going through mental health issues, down for the men who are broken, down for the men who are even insecure, or just down for the men who basically got mentally bullied all their entire life, whether it was by their parents, by people at school, by people at job, whatever the case may be. These are mentally abused individuals. And these women out there are actually aware of these men's, these men's broken mentality, especially the ones that are like insecure, or the ones that are, quote unquote black pill and been burned by women in their life. You actually have women out there that give a fuck. You actually have women out there that care. You actually got women out there that want to be with these men and want to help these men and want these men to succeed mentally. But yet you have another sector of women who don't want to see that happen, so they go after these women that are down for the men, call them Pygmies, and say you on some bullshit because you want to be chosen. This is your way of getting male attention. This is your way of securing a man in the long run. This is your way of possibly getting married. This is your way of actually having children, having success at love and family, and continuing a legacy. And you guys call them Pygmies. Let me tell you motherfuckers something. If that's the case, I love a Pygmy. Pygmies have been around since the abolishment of slavery and shit. There are still, and there will always be, a sector of women, majority, or I'm going to say majority, just because there's a bunch of women who got their own platforms, talking shit and divesting in men, doesn't mean that they are, the majority. You guys are fucking minor. You guys are a minority. You know how many ladies out there actually really give a shit about their men? It's only just a little bit of you. And I understand we got other platforms out there, full of men who are basically, I don't want to say bashing on black women. They just damn near inherited a whole lot of hostility from sisters, to the point where they kind of feel like, damn, my black woman doesn't like me. But then again, I've watched a few of you motherfuckers, and honestly, y'all really ain't shit. Y'all really do be bashing. You have zero mouthpiece. You have a fucking badass attitude. We got black men with platforms, with attitudes, bashing on black women with the attitudes. But then again, y'all kind of feel like y'all motherfuckers should be worshipped and shit, and you ain't even shit. You can't even take off a damn avatar and show yourself and really talk that shit, because you know you ain't shit. That's a whole nother story. Sorry. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying. You guys, we really can't be banging on one another like that. Men are not concentrating on getting the good woman. Women are not concentrating on getting the good men. There's plenty of good women out there. There's plenty of good men out there. What's funny is the men want the so-called baddie to act like the good girl. And then you got the women out there who want the so-called man with an edge, to kind of like, calm it down a little bit, but you can't have them both. You go ahead and either get the one. I don't want to like, I really don't want to do the rating system or whatever, but you got a lot of brothers out there that want the so-called 10, to be domesticated, and to come and approach them. And then you got the women out there who want the brother off the corner, who wants the hustle, who wants the bad boy, but they want him to be, educated and ambitious, and it's not going to work like that. It's like, honestly, ladies, the man you want, honestly, may not be the man for you. And I understand a lot of women come from this area where they want to be, they want to mother a lot of men. I can change him. He needs to be changed. That's not your fucking responsibility. It's our responsibility to want to make that change. And on top of all that, we shouldn't even be trying to change for you. We should just be trying to change for our damn selves. If we change for you, that's when we're going to be broken. And then we break up, and now what? I kind of feel like my purpose is done because everything that I've done, that I've accomplished, was for you instead of doing it for me. Honestly, ladies, if the man is already established and he's looking for a woman, someone basically to help, continue his legacy, someone he can die for, to protect for, and things of that nature, that's the type of woman that he's looking for. He's looking for a wifey type. He's looking for either a partner, or he's looking for basically, the mother of his children, so he can just go ahead and pay for everything and you just be a housewife. There are so many men out there that have different types of women that they want to be with. You can't fathom it. Every man is the same. Same thing with the ladies. Men, not every woman is the same. We got way too many platforms where we're overgeneralizing on the women, and it's wrong. You got a whole bunch of sector of women out there who are ride or die for the men that you don't want. You got dudes out there that really don't want a woman that's too smart. You got dudes out there that don't want a woman, to wear this, don't want her to drink that. Everybody is different. You pretty much grow out of it. But one of the things I have noticed, you have the wrong type of man going for the wrong type of girl, just like you have the wrong type of woman who keeps pursuing the wrong type of man. Think about the future. Think about what that other person will be able to do for you in the long run. We are always thinking about what happens now. Girl, he fine, he get it. I'ma go holler at him. He really doesn't have much to offer. He may be too young, or guess what? He may just like being a player. He may just like fucking different women. That's just how he enjoys himself. You can't change that. You can't make him love you. There is nothing about you that's going to stand out from any other woman. It's not going to happen. It's not. Same thing with the ladies. You got all these dudes out here tripping off of you because you fine. Fellas, you cannot change a woman either. You could possibly influence a woman, but you can't change her. That is not your responsibility. Some people have to want to change. And now you have the Pick Mes who keep on telling all the ladies that shit. Me, I already know I'm not in a position to tell a woman what she should do, how she should do it, or whatever. But you ladies, the so-called Pygmies, the ones with those platforms, the ones that are riders for the man, oh yeah, they can go ahead and talk to the women and tell them what's up. I just think the unbalance is you have all the men subscribing to the Pygmies and damn near rooting for them and everything, but none of the ladies are pretty much listening. It's probably like a small few that are probably influenced by the so-called Pygmies, but let's keep it real. You got a whole lot of women that really don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear, women talk about we need to be more feminine and all this other stuff, They don't want to hear that shit, Yeah, it's probably like, it could be like a jab. You're trying to call me masculine or something like that. But honestly, to tell you the truth, it's the same case with the men. We need to be more masculine, which means be more responsible, be more ambitious. Hell, you really don't even need to think about being with a woman right now. Some of y'all really just generally need to get y'all shit together, and that's it. And for the ladies, sometimes, you may need to go ahead and take a page out of the so-called Pygmies, whatever, because a lot of y'all hate the man that burnt you. But it is kind of jacked up that you say all men are trash and all this other shit, and you haven't even dated all men. You dated like one guy for 6 years, and all men are trash. You chose him. Same thing with you, fellas. You chose that woman that burned you. And I know a lot of cases, some people were like, well, people change after marriage. Well, there's a vetting process. A lot of you men, you guys get married with your dick. And that's your problem. But tell you what, I love Pick Mes. Shout out to the women out there who knows the fuckery when they see them. But anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and throw my little 2 cents out there. If you haven't already, make sure that you follow us on Instagram at CO2Rawcast for updated clips. Then if y'all want to be nosy, feel free to follow me on the gram. Good evening, Mr. Black. Almost forgot about my own shit. But in any case, I'll holler at y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace out. Good evening, Mr. Black. What are the 5 top colognes that I wear? All right, I like this one. So I actually broke them out. I love this one. Hope you can see it. Yeah, that's a Prada L'Homme. You know, it's perfect for the office. Not too loud, you know, but loud enough for, you know, your coworkers. You know, if they get up on you too close, that's sexual harassment. I was just playing. For another office one, or you know, little daytime picnic one, you know, for a date or whatever. I love Prada Carbon, Luna Rosa. I love this one, you know. So it's the same thing. I don't like shit that's like very, very loud where you can smell me from far away. I like stuff to where, you know, that smells clean and you can only smell it if you're like, smell me if I'm like arm's length. Chanel Allure Extreme Sport. Too many compliments on this shit. I got to roll with my man Chris Collins, and this is a Renaissance man, a oldie but goodie. We actually did a review on this one on the Carbonauts Rawcast episode. You know, go ahead and peep it if y'all want to hear what we were saying about it. Big Beard Business. That boy Big Buck. Exalt Nuit, and I'm gonna tell you something. He ain't bullshitting with this one. This is my number one. This is for something very, very good for the fall winter date night. This shit right here, if you got a boyfriend or you got a husband, you got this shit for him, you just created a fucking monster.